I would say I was, a very curious kid. I always liked to try new things and experience everything, push everything to the fullest. And just, not taking no for an answer. There's always a way. You can find a way if you work hard enough. And I just feel like every person's like that. Anybody can do anything they want as long as they just pursue it with all their passion. Football meant everything. I mean, that's all we did, that's all we talked about, that's all we worked for. Freshman year, I started off at running back, and then they moved me to defensive tackle, and then I started playing quarterback. And that's around the time I got sick. It was during practice one day, and we were trying to score a touchdown, and I reached over for the goal line, and everyone just jumped on my leg, so I had a bunch of face masks just like killing my leg. It just felt like my whole left leg just snapped. I had to get actually carried off the field, and I was limping and I couldn't put any weight on it. And the trainer's like, well, we think you might have a minor stress fracture. So about a few days later, I go get an x-ray, and they say there's a mass there, you need to go get a MRI. We think you need to get a PET scan and possibly a biopsy to see if you have cancer. We finally got the results back from the MRI and the PET scan. They confirmed it was osteogenic sarcoma. It's a rare type of bone cancer. I was in the hospital for getting chemo for about a year and a half. Coming from being a self-proclaimed Superman and coming to where I couldn't even move my little toe or get up and get out of bed to use the restroom. And I had to ask my mom, my aunts, and all the nurses and everybody to do every little thing for me. And I hated it. Those probably were the toughest times because I just felt like I had no control of anything. I was just almost like a vegetable stuck on the couch or stuck in my wheelchair. I didn't do too much of anything really. Hardly ever ate. I didn't draw. I didn't even watch football. I just sat there in that wheelchair. With this type of cancer, you either have to let the chemo kill the cancer, or you gotta cut it out, or you gotta cut the whole limb off. But in my case, I had a very courageous doctor who didn't listen to a lot of naysayers and actually helped me save my leg. And she did that by doing a 14-hour surgery. For the first couple of months after the surgery, I couldn't even wiggle my toes. My leg was just lifeless. Luckily, through my team of doctors, I had a really amazing physical therapist coach named Kevin McCourse. He wouldn't let me sit there all day. He would come in and make me get up because he knew what was good for me. He was doing his job, but he was doing more than his job. He was caring for me. And he just pushed me no matter what I said. He would come up to my hospital room, on his off days and push me. And just see how many times I can stand up and take one step. Stand up and take one step until I could take another step and then another step. I don't think I would have made it without letting go, letting these people in my life and realizing I don't have to do this all by myself. An amazing outpouring of support I got from my family, my doctors, nurses, and even the whole community. It's like something out of a movie. Living in the hospital basically for the past 4 years, they've become part of my family. I know them, I know their stories, and they know everything about me. One of the most humbling things was to hear how my fight inspired, the doctors and the nurses around me and my friends. inspire them to fight, to help me, to fight, to appreciate the little things in their lives that we all take for granted. For everyone who's listening, I would just like to say thank you for always being there for me and always supporting me through everything I've gone through. Without you, I wouldn't be here. And I know that for sure. So thank you.